Hello, and welcome to part 2 of lesson 5. In part 1 of lesson 5 we looked at reshaping paths. In part 2 of lesson 5 we will be looking at the pen tool. And these two tools are used together quite often, which is why I placed them together in this group. Go to Adobe Illustrator. I do have a clean page started. And I want to show you the pen tool. Already got that torn off. Let me show you how to tear that off. Okay, your pen tool is on your regular toolbox. It does look like a little pen, and it does have that triangle in the bottom corner, so we know that it has a tear off menu with additional tools. You can do that. The regular pen tool, you have the add anchor point tool, subtract or delete anchor point tool, and the convert anchor point tool. Now so far all the objects that you have created, you've been using regular shapes and regular lines. This tool allows you to create something with a combination of smooth or corner anchor points, so you have curved lines and straight lines. It also allows you to create an object with many more points than what you might have with the regular polygon tool or ellipse tool or any of those. So it gives you a little bit more freedom. Let's go ahead and start using our pen tool. And the first object I'm going to create will be created using corner anchor points and straight lines. And to do that, you simply click, move away, click, move away, click, and you continue. And this will create your object. Now you want to make sure that this is a closed object. Right now this is an open object, so you want to make sure to close this object. And you go to that first point, and if you rest on that first point, you'll see a little hollow circle open up in the bottom right corner of your pen tool icon. And when you have that, then you know that it will be creating a closed shape. Okay, and this is creating an object using corner anchor points and straight paths. You can use the same pen tool to also create something with smooth anchor points and curved paths. And to do that, you do a click and a drag, and a click and a drag. And this will create an object with smooth anchor points and with curved paths. And when you're ready to close this object, again, you want to look for that little hollow circle, and that will close your object off. Okay, so now you have two objects created. And once you have created these objects, you might need to subtract or add anchor points. And you can add anchor points by simply going to a path and clicking. And it will add an anchor point to the path at that point. And you can use direct selection, that you can actually see that a little bit more. You can also use subtract anchor point or delete anchor point, and it will allow you to delete those points. And that does work on any shape object. You can also use direct selection to select a point and then hit delete on your keyboard to delete that point. But you do see that it leaves it as an open path now, which you might not want. So there's different ways that you can do these things. Okay, the other tool I want to show you here is the convert anchor point tool. The convert tool will convert a corner point to a smooth point, or a smooth point to a corner point. To convert a corner point to a smooth point, you click and you drag. And as you drag and as you turn, make sure you don't turn it too much like that. As you turn and you pull out, you'll be pulling out your direction handles, and you'll be making this a smooth anchor point with curved paths. And you can always edit these points later using your direct selection tool. So it's not perfect right now, that's okay. Okay, the convert anchor point tool will also work on these points. Now it's easier to see your anchor points on objects such as this if you have it selected first. So I'm going to select my object. And then I'm going to use convert anchor point to find some of my smooth points and change these into corner points. Whoops. Now to convert this, you just click on the point. Do not click and drag as I just did there. Just click on the point, and it will change it from a smooth anchor point to a corner anchor point. Okay, so it starts changing the shape of your objects dramatically. Alright, that's the end of Lesson 5, Part 2, and this is the pen tool. You might need to revisit Lesson 5 for both reshape and pen tool, so you might want to bookmark these for yourself.